Alright guys, I'm excited about this one. Matt from Diesel Creek invited Chris Let's Dig 18 and myself up here to the National Pike Steam Show in Pennsylvania. And check this place out, man. It is absolutely awesome. A kid in the candy store. I can't wait to go walk around and see what we can find. Let's do it. Alright guys, I'm not near as knowledgeable about some of this stuff as I need to be, so if I misspeak, be sure to comment down below and let me know, because I want to learn more about this old stuff. I have the same passion as what Matt from Diesel Creek does about saving this stuff, just don't have quite the same time to do it, but I think it's important to put stuff like this on display and remind everybody where we come from and just admire the engineering that went into some of these old pieces of equipment, because a lot of that stuff is still, a lot of those same principles are still applied to modern equipment today. So I believe this is the largest collection of shovels and drag lines in the country, if not possibly in the world. It's absolutely incredible what they got around here. But basically there's 4 different types of cable operated machines here. One is going to be the shovel. The shovel is an example right here where you actually dig out and away from yourself and scoop it up. We'll see some examples of that running here in a little bit. The second is going to be a clamshell bucket, which is basically a crane. They drop that down, they pull the cable up, that bucket will close up, swing over and dump it. Third being a drag line. So this bucket here, they'll drop down, they'll use this cable and actually winch it in towards themselves, and then they'll cast it out and get rid of the material. There's another example of a drag line down there. And the fourth is going to be an old cable operated excavator. So this is the very beginning of what a modern day hydraulic excavator would work. Basically it's the exact same thing, except it's all cable operated. And Matt from Diesel Creek, if you guys haven't followed his channel, he just bought this old Lorraine over here. We're trying to get fired up and running. So let's go walk around, see what we can see what we can learn, and see who we can meet. Alright guys, this will be the first example of a shovel. This is a Lima shovel. Sounds like he's running a Detroit in there. I would say this is one of the earlier models. If you watch the guy up there operating, he's still using all mechanical linkages to operate all the drums and the cables and the brakes and everything. As you guys will see in some of the other ones over here, they're going to have some air operated stuff on it, which makes it a lot easier on the operator. I'm going to try to compare these machines to what would be like a modern day machine. This would probably move dirt equivalent to what, like a 200 or a 250 size excavator, probably 1.5 yards, maybe 1 3/4 yards bucket on these. But one thing I want you to take note of is that as a good operator, watch how fast he can actually swing and move dirt. These things back in the day were not a slouch at all. These guys can move some serious yardage with these things. Never ran one. I'm sure it takes years to get that good compared to modern equipment where you have so many more operator creature comforts. But so a shovel type is kind of the opposite of an excavator. So you would sit down the bench and just keep digging forward, swinging over loading trucks. Where with an excavator, you actually sit up on top of the bench and work yourself down, which would be also similar with the drag line. But this is one of the smaller ones here running, but man, it just amazes me the amount of yardage they can move with these old machines and how fast they are. The other thing you'll notice, Detroit, Cat, Alice, all of them, is how low they'll lug those engines down and they just keep on a-biting, keep on a-going. Pretty incredible, man, pretty incredible. Big old Bucyrus Erie, another shovel running. This one here still has all the mechanical linkages operating it. Sounds like it's powered by another Detroit. Well, they got their name screaming Detroit. What'd you say? It's got a 4-yard bucket?
Got a what?
4-yard bucket?
3 to 4.
3 to 4?
That might be about 1.5 yards.
We're here to look at the equipment, not the operator. How pretty sure he's doing better than you and I could right now.
I concur.
So to compare this to something modern, my guess would be like a 450 or a 550 size excavator is what this would compete with today. But again, guys, just look at the speed on these things. It's absolutely incredible. The guy operating that is Diamond Rio 73. He's actually got a YouTube channel. I try to link it down below. He's got a lot of cool stuff in his own personal collection. Go check him out. He is getting with it now. Absolutely mesmerized by that. You see the guy standing on the side of the machine there with them. I believe that's what they call the oiler. And it's pretty common to have a guy kind of just watching everything going on, make sure everything's staying lubricated, no cables are fraying, no major issues, because the operator is super concentrated on what he's got going on. A lot of busy stuff there. Especially on the bigger machines, even today, they still use what they call an oiler. Alright, so I tried to explain, this machine has no air over anything. It's all mechanical. All mechanical.
Yep.
So you got everything labeled, what's what?
Alright, so this is your boom hoist. Bucyrus Erie is you push all the controls forward pretty much.
Okay, so this is the hoist that raises the main boom up and down.
Yep. This is your bucket trip that pulls the chain.
Gotcha, which lets the back of the bucket open.
Yep. This is your crowd and rehaul. So it shoves the dipper out and hauls it back in.
So if you want this thing to go away from you, you push all the levers away.
Yep.
If you want it to come back, you pull them towards you.
Yep. And that is just your swing. You're either pushing the boom or pulling the boom.
Okay.
So you're pushing and you're
Going that way.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then this is your hoist brake, and that's your crowd brake.
Okay. Now we should explain, that's not light pressure on those feet. It takes quite a bit to...
It's not horrible.
But it's not modern light touch.
Well, it depends on the machine too and how well it's greased and everything. Some of them it's real light.
So 3.5, 4 yard bucket?
I think this is 2.5.
2.5 yard bucket. Okay, so the bucket's actually a little smaller than what I thought then. So, all right, you're the man, man. We're gonna hang on tight and watch this for a second. awesome. Thank you so much.
I don't know about
We gotta let everybody know you got your own personal collection.
Yeah.
They can find you on YouTube.
Yes, sir. 73 Diamond Ring.
73 Diamond Ring. I was close. I called him Diamond Ring. I was 73, but I'll link you in the description. So,
I appreciate it.
man, I appreciate it.
Frank, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Frank.
Nice meeting you, Mike.
Okay, so one quick correction on that. It does have a Cummins power plant, not a Detroit. I was wrong. And that's actually not a direct drive machine. It's actually got a torque converter on it. So that's why you don't hear it lug quite as deep down as some of these other ones that are direct drive. So basically, with that one there, you cannot kill it. It's kind of like an automatic car versus the one we watched earlier, which is got like a standard transmission. It's got a clutch in it. So if you pull it too hard, you'll actually kill the engine. So, all right, we're gonna go back up here and check out what Matt's going on. His buddy's got his little D2 out. Those machines need to be sitting on pretty level ground to operate properly. They're not like the modern stuff where you just kind of sit however. So he's got his little Dozer out, getting her leveled up, and hopefully we'll maybe catch his first scoop of dirt with that machine. Be pretty cool, wouldn't it? So I actually learned to operate on a slightly bigger version of this, but these Dozers don't have tilt blade. So you kind of got to get creative with your angles and the way you attack the dirt. So right now he's on a slope and he's trying to get it level. So my way of approaching that, and he may do it here in a minute, is I would come in from this angle over here and allow this corner of the blade to come in, and as it comes into it, it's going to naturally pull that machine around. Or you can leave a windrow over there on the other side, which I think is what he's going to do now, and he'll ride that track up on that windrow over there. That'll also kind of help naturally tilt the machine. You can get it done. You can make it happen with them motor Dozers. There you go. See how he turned it a little bit of an angle right there? That's actually the exact same engine that's in his finished machine over there. All right, I think old Matt's gonna give the old Lorraine its first go here. Now, in Matt's defense, this is his very first attempt at getting a bucket of dirt with this thing. He's already looking like a pro, though. I'd say that is pretty doggone good right there. I would call that a success. What do you think? You gonna be trading in the 220 anytime soon?
Nope. Not saying I wouldn't have one, but strictly play toys.
Makes you appreciate what you got, don't it?
Well, I mean, I got a friend of mine. He just run the absolute piss out of it.
Yeah.
It takes time to learn how to do it.
Still pretty impressive how much dirt they can actually move.
This is harder than it looks.
Oh, I can imagine.
You're doing great, bud. You got to, the levers engage it and then the pedals hold it.
Right, so you pedals your brakes.
So as soon as you go to boom up, you're pulling the lever, but when you stop, you got to be hitting the brake at the same time. Or not, it's just going to fall back down to the ground. Same with the stick. If you just let go, that thing's going to flop right
Take
down.
off.
Then all your cables get all bird nested up there.
He's got a little bit of power though.
I mean, literally, it's a high thing. Another hour, you'll have it down pat.
A different version of Matt's machine. This is Bucyrus. Pretty much same size, same concept, same air machine. This one here is actually a gas engine in it. It looks like it's got a Continental possibly. Still getting the job done though. Pretty cool. There's one other I want to show you guys over here. It's actually unique. The house itself don't swing. It's more like a backhoe with a boom swings on it. So this is an old Bucyrus. They say it runs, and if that's the case, we may try to get some video of it here a little bit later. Another gas engine. Not for sure what it is. I don't see any markings on it. But the cool part about this one is the boom actually pivots and swings right here on cable. So the machine stays put and the boom goes left and right. I guess you would consider that an early version of the backhoe concept, possibly? It's like possibly an old Ford engine if I had to guess. Which I think, correct me if I'm wrong guys, that Ford and Continental are kind of the same thing. Could be wrong on that, it's possible. All right guys, got the big Northwest shovel fired up. I'm just guessing here, but I'd say this is probably equivalent of a 600 or 700 series modern day machine. One thing you notice is the joysticks up there. There's not the big levers. You may even hear the air compressor or the air leaking on the machine. So this is an air operated control system. So one of the first major advances to make it a lot easier on the operator. The next thing up from this is what we call pilot control, which is what we still run today. So got a great big Murray diesel in it. Looks like a V8 turbocharged. You can see as he sits up there, he's still using his feet for the brake, but he's got a lot less input strength, I guess we'll call it, to run the actual machine. Pretty awesome. He's even got air conditioning on top of that thing. Trying to sneak around on the other side, guys, and get a little closer up. I'm not for sure what brand that is, but this is the dragline style. So if you guys watch it, he'll come down, drop that bucket, and then he'll pull it towards him to load it and then swing over and dump it. You'll notice that bucket there has a bunch of holes in it, so I'm guessing most likely that one was used for dredging a pond or digging a canal or doing some sort of work in the water. These things today would still probably outperform a longer reach when it comes to dredging a pond. They're just so hard to move around and so heavy. But you guys can kind of see the basic principle there. There used to be a bunch of these back home, man. You hear the old timers talk about how they used to cut slopes on road banks with them and all kinds of crazy stuff. This old guy here has obviously ran one before, and I'm sure we give him, it's like his first few buckets of the show. We'll give him a little bit of time. Look at him, he's swinging now. He got her. He's got her. He'll kind of cast that bucket out there, drop it. Well, that's how it's done right there. That's how it's done. Absolutely awesome. There's a screaming Detroit, the old Euclid truck. All right, a little video of the drag line from the top side. Looks like it's a northwest. I'll have to admit, she looks a little bigger from the top side up here. We got her going on though. If I had to guess, I'd say that's about a 70-foot boom on that thing, but don't take my word on it. That is the iconic image of an old school operator. Work pants, boots, cigar. Sitting up there doing his thing, going to town. Incredible how smooth the guys know how to run them, how smooth them old machines are. See how he whipped that bucket in, slung it out. I'm guessing here 70 or 80 foot boom, he could probably sling that out of there 15 or 20 feet. I got our first clamshell we've seen running here to show. As you guys see, he drops that bucket down and just kind of comes in and pinches. These are used, I believe, a little more for loose materials like dredging, offloading barges and stuff. That style bucket is still used in a lot of applications today. Actually, Mulder's a big quarry back home. They use that to unload some of their rock barges on the water. But similar to a drag line, just a little bit of a different principle. Great work though. I'd say that one there's got about 60 foot of boom on it if I had to guess. And he can cast that one out a little bit, but not quite as much as what a drag line can. That is an old Inslee crane. Looks like it's running a Detroit diesel on that one. Pretty simple concept. Oh, Euclid wiggle wagon, man, that thing is awesome. Christina go here. So Matt, Diesel Creek set up a little meet and greet here at the show for Let's Dig 18 and myself, and man, oh man, absolutely blown away with the amount of people that come out to say hi and meet with us. So thank you to all you guys that took the time to do that. And like I told everybody at the show, you guys watching our videos and interacting with our content is what keeps us going. So it is greatly appreciated and not lost. What else was really cool is one of Matt's passions is to get more and more people involved with preserving history, these older machines and all this equipment. And a lot of these people come to the show. We're there because of Matt's videos, other videos they've seen. So that's step one. Step two is now we need to get more and more people involved there on the ground, because it takes a lot to keep these things maintained and operating order. There's a lot more to it than just showing up and kind of pulling levers for a few hours for a show. I don't know how this place does it. They must have an absolute incredible team of volunteers and mechanics to keep everything going, and I know for a fact I could probably always use a couple more. So baby steps, we're getting there. Any little bit I can do to help, I told Matt I am there. I'm boots on the ground. Let's do it. So again, thanks for everybody coming out. Had an absolute blast. It was really cool meeting all of you guys. Good news. Jenna says you want a new washing machine.
No.
They're identical.
I figured the outdoor model would go well at our home.
That's right. Set it up outside. Enjoy the fresh elements.
Someday I'll find one.
All right, guys, come down to the Dozer area. No Dozers running right now, but check out this old cable-operated scraper. No hydraulics at all. 100% cable operated. Listen to her lug. McMahon scraper? Is that how you say that? There he's ejecting the load. All that dirt he scraped up down there, he's laying in right here as a lift. Same way a modern hydraulic one works. All done with cables. Incredible. A little better look at the cable scraper here, why it's actually not running. Man, I was watching this guy run this thing. There is a lot of levers up there. And I'm pretty sure you got to be a man to pull each and every one of them. There cannot be very many of these things left in existence, and the ones that are left, I doubt they're operational. This has got to be one of the few. Only one I ever seen. Pretty cool. Got an old, I believe that's a direct drive V8. Pushing up the pile for the northwest there. Got a big V blade on it, man. That thing's incredible. Look how far the dash is mounted out in front of the operator. Got a dance floor between the operator's seat and the dashboard. So that is a little bit of a newer D8. This was cable, that was hydraulic blade. That is still straight shift. I'd say, don't quote me on this, but I'd say that was about 7 or 8 years newer. This one also has the big U-blade on it, and that one there has a straight blade. So here's a little bit better shot of its hydraulic, slightly newer counterpart here. Don't let anybody fool you. Them old dozers, they'll still move a lot of dirt in a short period of time. This is one dozer right here I would love to see run. I'm not sure if they're going to get it out of the shed or not. A Euclid TC12. You guys look down the middle right here. This is basically two smaller tractors bolted together. I hear these things are absolute beasts and sound incredible out pushing dirt, but I've seen a few sitting still in the wild, but none ever running. Maybe this will be the trip, maybe not, but it's still pretty cool to see. It is pretty cool to see. We'll take a little peek up here on top. I don't know the exact way to operate these things, but I think they got separate standalone transmissions, kind of like what the mid-80s cases have, or same principle, but this thing's a beast. This thing is a beast. This old girl here is pretty cool as well. This is an old Euclid belly dump truck. I'm gonna just go out on a limb and guess here. This is probably 50s model, but instead of this bed raising and dumping like most of them do, the bottom actually opens up and everything comes out the bottom. See the trap doors there? Again, everything is cable operated. Nothing's hydraulic, but man, these old trucks, pretty impressed. I believe this one here actually has air brakes on it, which had to be pretty far ahead of its time for back in the day. I could be wrong, but it sure looks like it. They got this here cut out so that they belly dump, all that dirt will come right through here. Nice push bumper on it, gets stuck. Pretty cool piece as well. Still taking a look at the dozers. There's a flat Allis or an Allis-Chalmers HD 16. I've never actually personally ran one of these dozers. Man, I've heard a lot of the old timers talk that these were actually really good machines, and they would actually outpush some of the cats back in the day. A lot of guys really enjoyed running these things. One of these days, maybe I'll get a chance to give one a whirl, but check this out. I don't know if I've ever seen grouser pads that have that shape to them. I don't know if that's for more traction or for strength, or what the reason is behind that. That's pretty cool. If you guys know why they like that, comment down below. Let me know. It's pretty nifty. I do know one thing for sure. These things sound amazing. There are some good sounding engines for sure. Big old Cat D9G. And that was the big boy back in the days right there. Man, I don't have nothing to put next to it for scales, but it's not a D10, it's not a D11. But that is still a big dozer. Big dozer. I'm 6 foot tall, and that blade's every bit as tall as I am. What a beast. Let's switch gears a little bit and go check out some trucks. All right, first one we gotta check out is the old Mac haul truck. Man, that thing, they did a pretty good job restoring this thing. Looks like most of it's still there. I've only seen one other one of these, and it was not in near this good a shape. That is one sweet ride right there. there can't be very many of these left in existence, so it's pretty cool somebody took the time to try to save. One thing cool about these trucks is they ran an I-beam frame. Just a piece of structural I-beam. Pretty cool. I'm just gonna guess here, I don't know for sure, and I'd say that'd be somewhere between a 15 and 20 ton truck would be my guess. Check out this beauty. This is maybe a little scaled down older version of Lieutenant Dan Oshkosh truck. Check out the rear ends, custom rear ends, got that Oshkosh right in there. If I had to guess, this maybe was like an airport authority truck or something. It looks pretty good. It don't look too salted out for that. A lot of these trucks that spend time at the airport, they don't actually use salt in the runways and stuff for the planes. So they were in a little bit better shape, but overall that truck is looks pretty good. Definitely has some sort of snow recovery blade or snow removal blade or spreading system there. It's got all the auxiliary hydraulics and everything on it, but everything else around here, I think it's cool. It is huge. Look at it. Give you guys a little bit of scale. Big old boy. Got a nice old 70 models Kenworth in good shape, but check out the cab over International. Sounds like an 855 big cam in there to me. Nice truck. Very nice truck. So walking through the area here, this don't look like the normal little wagon.
That's not Bubba Dump.
That's not Bubba Dump. This is, I think this may be its great-great-grandfather maybe?
Maybe.
So this is a horse-drawn, or mule-drawn, or whatever you have, I guess. Belly dump trailer. So like the old Euclid truck you've seen over there, basically I guess it's gravity dump.
Yep.
I'm guessing here, first time I've seen it. So you trip a lever or something up here?
When you're sitting on the seat, you just kick the pedal.
All right.
There it comes out.
That's a whole new meaning to trap door right there.
Yep.
So now I have to ask, I don't see any engines or anything hydraulic, or how we get her closed back up?
All manual.
Good old-fashioned manpower. Look how they got that machine to where that chain just goes right along there. I think that's the whole new meaning of making a man out of you right there.
That's right.
That is cool. So I know very little about horses or anything. Does that noise or anything like that scare them? No. Just train them to be aware of it?
You've seen today, we've been in and out, in and around all the equipment, and
well, cool deal. Well, man, thanks for showing us that. That is pretty cool. That is cool. Check out this jewel I kind of found sitting off the beaten path. I believe this is a Cleveland model wheel trencher. These used for a lot of different things, but most commonly I believe was installed in field tile, which is kind of what we do with the plow we built. Certain situations, this may be the ticket to go, but for most of what we do, I think I'm gonna stick with my plow. If I had to guess, I'd say it's about 4 foot operating depth. Certain ground conditions, it may be faster, but I'd say the majority of the time we can probably scoot along a little bit better. But definitely a cool piece. They still manufacture these yet today and put in field tile with them. Usually, more commonly, you see them today from about 12-inch tile up. Some of the bigger stuff will run with that. A lot of the smaller stuff they don't quite, but cool seeing it. So guys, this place is absolutely incredible. Can't thank Matt, Diesel Creek, enough for inviting us up here to check it out. Antique cars, antique tractors up that way, antique trucks here, flea market, you name it, it's probably here somewhere. All the cool stuff over the hill. It is awesome. If you're in the area, or if you're into this stuff, or if you're looking for a good excuse to take a vacation, National Pike Steam Show. Happens twice a year. Thoroughly enjoyed my time here. Can't thank everybody enough to stop by to say hi. That's going to be a wrap on this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, give the video a big old thumbs up. Make sure you don't miss out on what's coming up next. Consider subscribing. Catch you on the next one. right, guys, you're going to want to stay tuned while at the show. I got one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities and actually was able to get behind the controls of some of this cable-operated equipment, and it was absolutely awesome. I was a little more focused on operating and a little less focused on filming, but still managed to get some pretty cool clips I want to share with you guys, and I'm going to post those tomorrow as a bonus video. So stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.